Okay, so we already reached the last session. The last session is evaluation session and it will be led by our general evaluator. Please welcome our general evaluator, Ayu Wirawati.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amelia. Okay, so this is our third session, which is the evaluation session. And we are ready to invite all the evaluators to share their evaluation results. The first one would like to start from the table topic from the prepared speech evaluators. We would like to invite the first evaluator, Toastmaster Robin Chan. He is no longer a stranger for Magical by Toastmasters. He's been joining so many Magical by Toastmaster meetings so far. He's coming from our Toastmaster cousin from Mauritius. So please welcome Toastmaster Robin Chan.
Thank you very much. Am I audible right now? Good. All right. Are you an introvert or an extrovert? Or maybe just in between? Fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, what Toastmaster Ping has shared with us today was an informative speech on what MBTI is about. Not MBTC, but MBTI. What I love about his speech was very engaging, especially when he talks about the topic of personality theories, personality tests. Have you ever done this before? He engaged with the audience by starting with a questions. So he was very engaging and it was a universal message about personality tests, about MBTI. Now, Toastmaster Ping, I would like to give you some recommendation on how you can be a better speaker, how you can elevate to your speech to a higher level to be able to connect and engage with your audience. Number one, change that label. You are a coach, and when you are a coach, you speak in a different way. Your mode is very driven. And when it's driven, you want your audience to follow you, but not everybody can follow you at the same pace. So change that label. Instead of being a coach, be a speaker. Because when you are a speaker, you know when and how to pause in your speech to be able to deliver that message that you want to share with us today. It was very engaging but disengaging at the same time. That leads to my second point. Practice, practice, and practice your speech. I noticed that you were thinking a lot throughout your speech. So, what I would like to suggest to you is practice your speech before you deliver that speech, because your message was good, but to be able to feel engaged, to feel connected with your audience, it felt a little bit like a Wi-Fi, a bad Wi-Fi. It's like sometimes you can connect with your audience, but then when you think, it's like disconnected. And then you speak again, it's like reconnect. And then you think again, it's disconnecting. So be a good, stable Wi-Fi. Connect with your audience by practicing your speech, and you'll be able to speak to your audience directly. Overall, to conclude, your speech was an informative speech. Remember, change that label. Be a speaker and not a coach. Practice your speech, and I believe that you'll be a great speaker. Over to you.
Wow, thank you very much to Master Robin Chan. Next, we would like to invite our second evaluator. He is our president of the club, Toastmaster Batoro Aji. He is a curious learner and, of course, very passionate on self development. So please welcome Toastmaster Datoro Aji.
Okay, thank you, our general evaluator, Ayu Wirawati. I come from Bali. That is what I will remember when I meet someone or foreigner or from people from the Western countries. Andre, I think I love your story because it's relatable to me. And also, I believe that your story is relatable to everybody, and even Ben, I believe. So yeah, hearing your speech or your story today, it kind of like reminds me of my experience of the friends that I meet that didn't know like, oh, where's Indonesia? You know Bali? Yes, Bali. So it's very relatable. So yeah, thank you for sharing that. What I love about your speech is the first your opening. I love the way you started your speech with saying
Your voice.
okay, I think I was lost for a little bit. Okay, yeah. So what I love about your speech is the opening. You use the conversational style, and I think it brings, it is captivating for the audience. And then the second one is the structure itself. You started by sharing your own experience, and then took us to what you did in relation with your experience, and also finally you share the lesson learned. And I think it is very good for us to, you guide us from this, and then this is what you learn. This is the lesson learned that I share for you guys. And some room of improvements for you. The first one would be the vocal variety and also some drama, as you requested, that I requested me to focus on. And the first one is, I noticed in the first, I think it was in the beginning of the speech, used there's like this woman ask you, Andre, what is home for you? And I would like to challenge you to use more of like a British woman accent. For example, Andre, Andre, what is home for you? For example, and then also try to use some face expression to make it more dramatic. For example, like when the women ask Indonesia, try to use that. And also that when you shared also, they doubted me, so use some of the expression, they doubted me, and then pause, so it makes it stronger. And also the other one is the closing. I observed that the closing for me, it's rather like flat. And I think it's because of the portion of your speech. So I noticed that the first, your story, and then what you did is well, rather like I think it's a little bit too much compared to what the about the lesson learned session. So I think, in my observation, that is what makes you kind of like struggling a little bit in the end. So yeah, I would suggest you to make the good, maybe the portion of your speech, and also give it some punch in the closing. For example, like maybe the event went successfully. And ladies and gentlemen, when there's a will, there's a way. So what you did good is the structure and also the opening, and some room of improvements or some recommendation for you is the vocal variety. So use some different tone or accent, and also use some face expression, and also give it a punch in the closing. I believe that my evaluation can help you to improve your speech. So yeah, back to GE.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Aji. And our last evaluator for the prepared speech is our distinguished Toastmaster Natalie Cahyadi. Who doesn't know her? She's been she's a member of Magical Bali Toastmaster and also Bineka Toastmaster. Has been joining many speech competition and successfully brings so many trophies, I guess, right? And she's also very passionate in sharing her knowledge and experience to fellow Toastmasters and, of course, to anyone who loves to learn. So please welcome distinguished Toastmaster Natalie Cahyadi.
What are we here for? To serve others. Toastmaster Benjamin, what an inspirational speech. You got me right from the beginning. There are three shining moments from your speech. First is your introduction. When you asked that question, it immediately captured my attention. And that was a relatable question. Whoever we are and what stages we are in our life, we all can relate to that. Plus, you add not only a great opening, but you also tie back the closing to the opening, so your speech comes in full circle. The second thing that I enjoy is your online setup. When you deliver your speech, your upper body, the new zone of influence were fully cleared, were fully shown to the audience. And that enables you to portray different kind of emotions in your facial expression and allow you to portray the gestures like this, and poof. It's really pleasing to the audience visual experience. The third thing that I enjoy was your vocal pacing and projection. I noticed that you spoke with such a nice pacing, easy to follow, easy to understand, yet you also vary it up with different volume, variety, and also your vocal projection portray confident. Now, to upgrade this speech into a higher level, I would like to suggest three things. First is the transition. I noticed between the second to last part and to conclusion, so before the conclusion part, you went abruptly, boom, finish level one, and then what are we here for? I believe if you add one or two sentences to make a smoother transition, that will help the overall speech. For example, you can share your opinion or your learning points about mentoring. You can say things like, I realized that mentoring for me is understanding my mentees, listening to their ideas, and helping them to find their shine. The second thing that I would like to suggest to you is to add dialogue. I observed that throughout the entire speech, it was quite interesting, but it was also quite draining because there was no dialogue. Adding dialogue will help you to break off the pure narrative style and help you to bring out characters. For example, you can bring in Juliani's character and you can say, Ben, I don't have ideas for my speech. Well, that's what I'm here for. I'm going to ask you random questions and then you can continue on to the speeches. The third thing that I would like to suggest to you is maintaining your eye contact. I also noticed that in certain parts, especially the opening, your eye contact were glancing here and there without a certain purpose. Make sure if you want to glance off the camera, that would have a clear purpose. Overall, it was an inspirational speech. Three things you did well: introduction, online setup, focal pacing, and projection. And three things you can improve on is transition, eye contact, and adding dialogue. Ben, keep serving others and let your light shine. Back to you.
Well, thank you very much, distinguished Toastmaster Natalie, for that comprehensive feedback. Okay, we will move on to the next evaluator, which is the table topic evaluator. She is Toastmaster Ayu Anantia. She's a member of Ubud Canggu Toastmaster and also Denpasar Bahasa Toastmasters. She's been falling in love to join Toastmasters. So please welcome Toastmaster Ayu Anantia.
Before I start my evaluation, I would like to have an audio signal, like when it's green, give me green audibly. Can I have that timer on the guitar? Thank you.
So,
Well done.
I'm sorry. For you, what time should I give? Green, yellow, or red?
Just challenge me with the same as another evaluator. How about that?
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Dita. Congratulations, Magical Bali Toastmaster Club. 5 brave topic speakers. So first of all, I would like to start with Danny. Danny, you mentioned the time, you mentioned the word of the day. You were very encouraging. You tried to comment in between the speaker, and only one suggestion for you is look for participant earlier, so it will be like smoother to start the session. And then for Lita, I like the opening. It was like a story 2 days ago. Start with that, and then the body is like you were telling your how you talk and the dialogue with Ahmed. And then the things that I note here is self-healing, self-love, and then you close with a message: find a friend, share, find a friend and share. Gede Udik, I only heard I heard problem and suggestion, which is great. It was really good. One suggestion for you is probably try to find a bank opening. Maybe it's a quote, or something like maybe you want to sing, or an idiom, something like that. I think that's the only suggestion that I want to give you. Winning. I love your confidence. I love your smile. Maybe next time, not maybe, but next time probably try to speak more until the green light on. You still have time there, and probably you can say something about a story about yourself. Arini, I love the opening when you try by you make a statement by saying a sentence, and then you continue with true
Green.
beauty, and then you try to finish with the personal story, but I kind of miss the message. For Anda, I appreciate you try. You know, you try the story of success people that learn
Yellow.
from previously success people. Only one thing that I see, maybe it will improve your eye contact. When you think, you kind of look up and try think. This is normal. I was doing that too. And maybe try to go to look at the camera. So yeah, just like that, Anda. That's better. That is engaging. Okay. So last, I would like to close with Magical Bali. This is just a tip from me, my 2 cents, that what Natalie will say. uh, Even though it's 1 to 2 minutes, but try to make it like in 3 things: opening, body, and closing. And simple things that in my mind is how to open with the bang, maybe quote, or in Indonesia maybe pantun. Go Google it. How to open a speech with the word of imagine. Thank you for that red one. And then second, go with the body. Body usually using personal story, so you can talk. You can do a story. On the story, I will encourage you to use our sense, like I hear, or I see, or I feel. And then the last one, closing, is the message. So I'm still dealing with that too, but I would like to share with everybody. That's how I do my topic. Okay, when I hear the topic, and then I try to look for the opening first, and then I go with something, and then I go with my story, and then I close with what is the message. If you are lucky, you will get the message right at the beginning, so you are ready to close it with a bang. That is my things, and I know I run the red light. I'm sorry, Pak Polisi. Back to you, Ayu Wirawati.
Okay, thank you, Master Ayu Anantia. Wow, even though you are in the middle, on the way somewhere or in the car, you are still very supported here to give the evaluation. Thank you very much. Okay, before we move on to the next role takers, I would like to invite our what is that? Our ballot counter to cast the ballot, please.
All right, so on your screens, let's vote everybody.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
Before that, I would like to inform you because the evaluator Aji is not eligible to be voted.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, cool. I already noticed that. Okay, everyone, I'm gonna count in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you so much. Back to you, Ira.
Thank you. All right, we will continue. This time, we would like to invite our grammarian, um, Toastmaster Amy Ermia. She was a member of Magical Bali Toastmaster when I was joining in the first time, and then now she come back again, but as the member of Debat Toastmaster. So today she's going to report her grammarian part. So please welcome Toastmaster Amy Ermia.
Am I audible and visible? Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone. Now I'm back to report my job. Luckily tonight, so I would like to congratulate all speaker, evaluator, and role takers that you are doing a great job. I don't listen anything according to the grammatical errors for the all speaker and evaluator. I just noticed that some of the miss or a bit minor errors for the pronunciation, like ho, it's supposed to be who, and do you ready? It's supposed to be are you ready? And for the word of the day, I just noticed one, Ping said perusal one time, and then light quotes, thought or word. I love you must be or became like a water by Ping, and then embrace your unique because it's empowering you. And then where is, and then no one can success if they don't fight for the future. And the last one, what I love is that keep serving others and it will find your sign. Wira, I think that's all from the beginning that I heard for tonight as a grammarian. Congratulations and thank you for the all role takers. Back to you.
Okay, thank you very much, Master Annie. Next, we would like to invite our counter. She is a mother of daughter who loves to travel, glamping, and also doing the food hunting. So welcome, please welcome Toastmaster Juliani.
Thank you so much. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I think tonight is really fantastic. Everyone really make a good speech. Everyone make a good try. And yeah. And here is reports for my counter. First, Arini have one so. Aji have two one so. Amelia, two. Ayu Wirawati, Ahwan, two. Ayu Anantia, Ah3, Ibu Emi, Ah1 and Um1, Andindita, Ah1, So1, Melita, Ah1, Ping Hendra, So1, Andre Maure, Ah2, Um2, and then Danny, Ah5, and then So2, and then Natalie, Ah2 and Um1, Gede Upi, 15 and 3, and Ya for 3, Anda for is 12, and also for Ya 1. That's all my report. Thank you so much. Back to you, Chi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Yuliani. All right, so now it's my turn. I would like to, oh, excuse me, may I share screen?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay, so before that, I would like to say thank you to Natalie and also to distinguished Toastmaster Alicia Curtis and Toastmaster Julius for letting me use the template that's been used previously, and I found that it's quite effective. I want to try it in my first general evaluation. So today we are in Magical by Toastmaster online meeting with our topic comic book and the word of the day per result. So these are my evaluation report. The shining moment of the meeting. So I found out that this meeting really full of warm welcome from each of everyone here. We can find in the beginning of the session and also during the break, there was great conversation, flowing conversation, everybody very engaged. Even the topic that being talked is about the current topic of the Toastmaster meeting. It has a really clear and smooth transition, and I love how to see the timer next to the speaker. It was really helpful for the speaker. The audience also listened very carefully and engaged and responding well by using their gesture when the speaker asking question and also answer or responding on the chat room. That's really great. And so the room for improvement. So of course, only the time to start. So I think I observed we were late. I think this is the first time we start our meeting late. It was around 7 minutes late, and some of the speakers do not come on time. So I think it can be improved next time. And for shining moment of our SAA, Toastmaster Arini Tamelan, you have a really clear rules on online meeting. You speak with confidence and clarity. Maybe things that you need to improve, you can add the visualization. You can use PowerPoint presentation to make us aware of all the rules, because sometimes we can see easily when it's visualized. Yeah, but it's really great. And then for Tom, here I really love how you show the real comic books to all of us, because the topic is about comics and we feel connected here. And you're really responsive and try to contact the speakers who are not joining in the beginning of the meeting. And you're also really fully engaged during the conversation. That's really good. Things to improve, you just need to make sure that you consistently show the applause for every end of the speakers. Make sure that there is an applause for them. Okay, and then for the grammarians, just Mr. Emmy and Ermia, I love that you use the clear background with the clear writing to encourage the members to use the word of the day, even though not so many of us using it today, but it's okay. We are trying our best already. And then you explain clearly about your roles, and you report it clearly as well at the end. And things that you need to improve, just need to be very confident with the pronunciation of word of the day, because you're the grammarian. And maybe it would be great if you can write down like what I do here, write down, visualize it. This is also a feedback from for me last meeting, so you can try next time. And for our counter, Toastmaster Yuliani, so you explain your role in the beginning, and you also showed example of the filler sounds. And yeah, the same as what our grammarians to try to use the visualization because it's quite a lot. You report every single speaker's filler sounds. That will be great if you can show it on a PowerPoint presentation. And then for our bulk counter, Toastmaster Melita Oktanawati, I love your enthusiasm when presenting the role. So room to improve. I don't think there is a room to improve, so keep doing that. So we want to have that enthusiasm always with us. And then for our befriend guest, Toastmaster Anda Wijaya, you're very responsive and learn very fast, even though you got a briefing very short in the beginning. You're very honest about your situation and ready to start and welcome all the audience. Maybe things to improve. Maybe next time, if you got another roles, try to learn that roles and make sure that you know what you're going to do on that meeting. So you are ready, not confused. Okay, and then for our timer, Toastmaster Andita Triwahyuni, you clearly, explain about how to do the timer later on, and then you report right away after the speaker speaking. Things that you need to improve, you only in the beginning you're a bit nervous when you introduce your role, but after that you're really flowing. And then and in the first session I showed that you are sharing the time of each speaker, but then the second session I didn't see it, but you just reported that all the speakers are eligible to be voted. But it would be great if you can show the times as well in the chat room, like what you did in the first session. And then for our TTM, Toastmaster Dennis Surya, I love the way you introduce about the team. You use visualization, really great. You clearly explain the table topic session. How is it? How are we going to do it? And you have a great question, strong quotes, and they are shared on the chat room, so the speakers can read it as well. Be responsive to the speaker's request to change the quote. Very good. Things to improve. You need to prepare before it started. You need to prepare some of the speakers so that when it's a time to start, then you're ready. So in the transitions quite smoothly. And then on the first question and transition of 4 speakers, I couldn't see your face. I just can see the cartoon. I think it would be great if we can also see your face and cartoon at the same time. I know that in some session you do it in purpose to not showing yourself, but it was quite long when you have the part when we cannot see you on the first speaker and the 4th speaker especially. And then for our table topic evaluator, Toastmaster Ayu Anantia, I love the way you introduce your role very well, even though you are in the car, but you are able to explain what is your role. And then in the beginning, before you start the evaluation, you ask for support. That's really helpful. And then you give a balanced evaluation, commendation and recommendation for all the speakers. And things to improve. I saw most of the time you are looking at your note and we couldn't see your face clearly. Actually, I think it will be great if you can show your face more often than you stay in front of the note. And then to our evaluator, the first evaluator, Toastmaster Robin Chan. I love the way you introduce the speakers, clear with the project and title. You have a really great virtual setting, which is really clear. And you have a very encouraging evaluation, very balanced. You have the commendation and recommendation, very clear. I love to see how you emphasize yourself by moving forward in front of the camera. So you want to say that this is the emphasis and you have to do it. This is very important. Things that you need to improve maybe in the future, maybe your eye contact. Sometimes I found that you are looking at your note, but I think that's normal, right? Just one suggestion. Okay, the second one, our second evaluator, Toastmaster Batur Ajib. You have a clear introduction of the speaker, complete and with the detailed project. And you also giving a really detailed example on how the speakers can improve himself in the future. And then things to improve. Yeah, there was a connection problem, so we couldn't hear some part of your evaluation that make you run out of time. And maybe it will be great if you can make a clear points, how many improvement, like 1, 2, or 3. Yeah, because of that connection problem, you turn out into overtime. And then our last evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Natalie Cahyadi. I love the way you introduced the speaker's project and title. You have a balanced, constructive evaluation with a clear example on how to improve the speech in the future. So just some improvement. I heard some hesitation in some part. And at the end, I found out when you tried to conclude, you were trying to say it in hurry because maybe you ran out of time. But overall, I love all of the evaluators. You were really encouraging, really balanced with the commendation and recommendation. And overall, of course, I enjoy the meeting tonight. Everyone played their roles very well. I think that's all from me. Thank you very much. Back to you, Toastmaster. Amelia.
All right, now we already almost finished the meeting, but don't forget, will be the most terrific moment because we will announce who will be the best speaker, best table topic, and best evaluator. And I would like to call our ballot counter, Lita. Yep. Please announce all the winner.
All right. I'm gonna share the winner. Okay, can you all see my screen? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay then. Now let's continue with our first winner. Best evaluator, Robin Chan. Yay! Congrats,
Correct.
Robin.
Congrats, Robin.
Next to
Thank you.
best speaker, Benjamin
Yay.
Whittaker.
Great,
Woo!
Ben.
Congrats,
Congrats.
Mr. Ben.
Congrats, Mr.
Mr.
Ben.
Ben.
Okay, last but not least, well, congrats to
Oh,
myself.
dang.
Yay!
Dang.
Herself.
Yay.
I think that's all of my report. But congrats to you all.
Okay, thank you so much, Melita, and congrats for all the winner. Now, I think I will give the control to our president because it's already the end of the meeting. Please welcome our president, Batoro Aji.
Okay, thank you, Toastmasters of the meeting tonight. Yes, everybody, I love the meeting today. It's so fun and productive. So yeah, that is we come to the end of the meeting. And first of all, I would like to thank all of the role takers, especially those who are from other clubs. Thank you for helping us. And also, as we have one guest here, I would like to have her feedback about our meeting. So to Wenning. Wenning, are you here?
Yes.
Yes. Hi, Wenning. Can you share your feedback about this meeting? What you like about this meeting and what maybe something to improve on?
First of all, I'm so sorry because I come too late tonight because I get maybe I have to visit Melita first and then I got the link. And second, I got my camera off because I was online on my mobile phone, so it's not appropriate. Basically, I like this meeting. The atmosphere of this meeting is fun, so fun. The participants is well, what I say. All the participants goes well and really communicates well and give comment each other, evaluate each others. I think yeah, this meeting is so nice for me. Just the first time here. Thank you.
Okay, thank you again, Wenning, for your feedback. All right, so yeah, for the last one is for some announcement. And host, can you enable me to share screen?
Already.
Okay, yeah. Yes, I would like to remind everybody, the members of Magical Bali, for this upcoming event. It's only 2 days, so we will have a members fellowship. What are we going to have? It's not like this regular meeting. We're going to have fun. Okay, so please come and let's connect even more and have some fun. Okay, and
We'll sing
with
3
this,
songs.
yes, we're gonna have some online virtual karaoke like last time we had that. Okay, so okay, with this, I adjourn this meeting and thank you again, everybody, for coming. Yeah.